The Commanders are making moves, and not everything is what it seems. We have explosive news that will change your perspective on this season. A rookie breaking the mold, million-dollar decisions approaching, and a direct message from the coach that could define the team's future. But watch out, there's a receiver being completely overlooked who might be the surprise of the year. Stay until the end, because I'm going to reveal exclusive information that other channels won't share. If you're a Commanders fan, you need to know this right now. Let's get straight to something that's got me intrigued. Kane Medrano, the 6th-round linebacker we picked from UCLA, is making more noise than we expected. And I'm telling you this, when a defensive coordinator like Joe Witt Jr. starts talking like this about a 6th-round rookie, something special is happening. Now I ask you, when was the last time we saw a late-round rookie generate this much interest in the coaching staff? Because Medrano isn't just a traditional linebacker. This kid has a background as a receiver, giving him a unique versatility we desperately need. Witt Jr. is literally experimenting with him to see if he can fill the role of Jeremy Chin or Frankie Louvu. I think this is exactly the kind of hybrid player the modern NFL needs. A guy who can cover tight ends, rush the tackle, and play special teams at the highest level. But here's what excites me. The coordinator admits they don't exactly know what position he's going to play. Do you know what that means? It means they have a secret weapon on their hands. A player so versatile he can adapt to any situation in the game. The rookie minicamp starting Tuesday is going to be crucial for this kid. I'm telling you to keep your eyes peeled, because Medrano could be that hidden gem we found in late rounds. Dan Quinn has a history of developing linebackers, and if he adds that receiver versatility, we might be looking at the steal of the draft. Now, let's go with something that's got me upset. Ja'Cory Brooks, the Louisville receiver who went undrafted, is doing impressive things in practice, and it seems like nobody's giving him the attention he deserves. I think this kid is being criminally underestimated. Look, when an undrafted receiver is making spectacular catches with Jaden Daniels at the OTAs, and the Commanders even post the video on their social media, that means something. Brooks has all the physical tools. He's athletic, mobile, and has those iron hands that can make difficult catches look routine. But now I ask you, why aren't we talking more about him when we desperately need depth in the position? The reality is harsh for Brooks, with Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Lane, Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, and potentially Michael Gallup and KJ Osborne fighting for spots. The margin for error is 0. But I'm telling you this, if this kid keeps impressing like this, some team is going to snatch him up. What I like about Brooks is that he's building chemistry with Daniels early. That quarterback-receiver connection can't be taught. It develops with repetitions. And if he keeps making those spectacular catches, Dan Quinn is going to have a very good problem on his hands. My prediction is Brooks is going to force the coaches to make tough decisions. Because when you have talent like this showing up in practice, you can't just ignore it. Now we're entering serious territory. Dan Quinn has just sent a direct message to the team's veterans, and I believe this message completely defines the culture he wants to implement in his second year. Quinn was very clear. Can you be an incredible teammate? That's the #1 question he's asking each veteran. And I'm telling you, this is no accident. This is a coach who learned from his first year and is now establishing non-negotiable standards. But here's what fascinates me about Quinn's approach. He doesn't want being a great teammate to be at odds with working hard. He wants both to happen simultaneously. I want them to have fun, and at the same time, empty themselves completely working hard. Now I ask you, how many coaches in the NFL can balance that? Because most think that to be competitive, you have to be miserable. Quinn is saying the opposite, and that tells me he understands the psychology of modern sports. This message to the veterans is crucial because we're at a turning point. We have established players like Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, and others who have seen a lot of mediocrity in Washington. Quinn needs these guys to completely buy into his vision. What I like is that Quinn isn't asking everyone to be extroverted or exchange greeting cards daily. He's asking for authenticity. That each player finds their way to be a great teammate. The 3-day minicamp starting Tuesday is going to be the first real test of whether this message sank in. Because I believe this season's success depends more on locker room chemistry than on individual talent. And now we come to the news that worries and excites me the most at the same time. Laramie Tunsil and the $1 million decision Adam Peters will have to make. Because here's the harsh reality. Protecting Jaden Daniels is our #1 mission, and Tunsil is a key part of that equation. NFL.com experts are already talking about Tunsil receiving a top-of-the-market multi-year contract. And I'm telling you this, when a 5-time Pro Bowl left tackle is available, you don't let him go. Especially when you've just given up significant assets to get him. But here's my concern. Tunsil is turning 31 in August and has 2 years left on his contract. The $1 million question is, how much are we willing to pay to keep that position stable? Now I ask you, after seeing what happened to Daniels last year with an inconsistent offensive line, can you really afford not to lock Tunsil down long term? The situation is complex because they're also paying Deebo Samuel, and according to reports, it seems Samuel won't receive an extension. That tells me Peters is being selective with his long-term investments. My analysis is Tunsil is going to get his extension because the alternative is too risky. You can't develop a franchise quarterback and then skimp on his protection. It's basically throwing your most important investment out the window. What I like is Tunsil seems comfortable playing under his current contract for now. That gives Peters time to structure a deal that works for both parties. But I believe this decision is going to define our competitive window with Daniels. Look, these 4 news pieces give us a complete picture of where the Commanders are headed. Do you think Madrano will make the 53-man roster with all that versatility he's showing? Do you agree with me that Brooks is being criminally ignored when he clearly has the talent? Do you think Quinn's message to the veterans will truly change the team's culture? And the most important question of all, should the Commanders sign Tunsil to a big money extension right now, or wait to see how he performs this season? I want to hear your opinions, because this community is a family. We are the most passionate fans in the NFL, and we deserve to have these deep conversations about our team. If this analysis helped you better understand the future of the Commanders, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to keep bringing you exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Leave me your comment with your predictions for each of these situations. And if you know a Commanders fan who needs to stay up to date with these news, share this video. Because together, we're going to follow every move of this franchise until we get where we deserve to be. And remember, hail to the Redskins. Skins.